Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
And welcome in. It is the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens 93.5 The Beach, broadcasting from the Ravens Room here at the Blue Ox, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravens Roost 44. Give yourselves a hand. And, of course, extending holiday wishes to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Happy New Year as well. And just to let everybody know, by the way, the next couple of shows, including obviously this one today, will be on Tuesday. So the next 2 weeks will be on Tuesday. So if you're planning on coming down, just make note of that. Love to see you here around the holidays. All right, want to thank our sponsors at the Original Green Turtle, of course, the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, the fine folks here, Bud Light, FlyLady.net, the Ocean City Golf Club, G&G Outfitters, Ravens247.com, the Comfort Inn Gold Coast, and JCTickets.net. Guys, a big game coming up against the San Diego Chargers. Let's get a scouting report. I'm going to run through this, folks, as fast as I can, so bear with me with who they've played and what they've done. First week, they defeat Minnesota 24-17. They come back. They lose 35-21 to the New England Patriots, a game, if they don't turn over the ball 4 times, they actually had a chance at winning. They beat Kansas City 2017. They beat Miami 26-16. They beat Denver 29-24. I believe that was Denver's last loss of their season. So a usually slow-starting team start out 4-1. Then comes the bye, and then here come the losses. They lose to the Jets 27-21. Rivers has a bad game. They lose in overtime to Kansas City in an AFC West battle 23-20. They lose in a shootout of a game, a great game, 45-38 to Green Bay. They lose to Oakland 24-17, and then they lose 31-20 to Chicago, 16-13 in overtime to Denver. So they went on a 6-game losing streak before bouncing back. The doctor ordered a little elixir. Jacksonville, they win 38-14, and last Sunday they defeat Buffalo 37-10. Guys, in terms of course, weapons that they have, Phillip Rivers, we know about him. He's been hot and cold this year, but still an elite quarterback. Ryan Matthews, an excellent ball carrier, second year out of Fresno State. Mike Tolbert as well. Vincent Jackson, Antonio Gates, Malcolm Floyd, Ryan Matthews, Vincent Brown, Patrick Creighton, Randy McMichael. You've got about 5 or 6 weapons there of just guys that can catch the football. Of my analysis, going over all these numbers this week, folks, the things that I see is that they're a pretty good team, they're a very good team on third down conversions, and Antonio Gates, and not Vincent Jackson, Antonio Gates and Ryan Matthews, their running back, has got to be accounted for in the passing game. You've got to literally put a spy on him. If you let him go, he'll go.
It's a simple thing. It's been this way since the dawn of time. This is what the Ravens have to do in there. They got to get Rivers a little riled. They control 1st and 10. They get Rivers 2nd and long all day long, and then send some heat, and then the Ravens play football. On the other side, for us offensively, again, everybody knows about Ray Rice. John, you've been talking, Bobby. You know what? But no one in the last 4 games have been able to stop him. It's the same thing. They got to stop the running game with Ray Rice and Ricky Williams. No one's been able to do it. We pound the football, and then again, we don't turn it over. It's so simple, but why does it happen differently all the time? Because it's Hollywood.
Well, you know what, Mike, you mentioned Phillip Rivers and said he was an elite quarterback. Bruce, I'd like to get your take on that. Obviously, he's not having a great year this year, but there's a lot of people out there for the last couple of years that were telling us how great Phillip Rivers is. I don't know that he's in that elite category. I certainly don't put him in that category with Brady, with Peyton Manning, and I tell you what, Drew Brees. I just don't see him in that category. He's got some good weapons. They open up the offense. They do put up some points, but obviously this year he's not playing, in my opinion, at an elite
well,
level.
not this year. I would agree. The overall body of work, I'd say if he's not elite, Bruce, he's just a very small notch below the guys you mentioned.
Okay, well, there's been speculation he's been playing hurt. Now, the last couple of weeks he's been playing at an elite level. He's had 3 touchdowns, no interceptions each of the last 2 seasons. He and Aaron Rodgers were coming in as the hot guys, the hot new guys, the gunslingers. And Phillip Rivers is, underperformed through a lot of picks. He had a lot of guys hurt. all season long. Antonio Gates just
missed
came back.
3 or 4 games.
He missed a lot of games. He missed probably more than that. So Vincent Jackson was there. Malcolm Floyd was there. Ryan Matthews has been hurt. Now the whole team is healthy, and now he's putting.
Well, one of the things I'll say about that is you look at Peyton Manning, when he had guys go down or the changing of the guard, Pierre Garçon makes him look like an all-pro. And I think the quarterback can make your receivers, average receivers, look great. Rivers hasn't been able to do that. And I think, some of these guys, I just don't think he's in that elite class. I think he's a very, very good quarterback. But, we'll find out. He'll probably put up 40 on us this week. But I'm not going to call him an elite quarterback.
Well, obviously, once they're in their rhythm, you look at all the good ones. Once they're in the rhythm, there's no hands in their face, and they can get rid of the ball and they get that thing moving. They all can be successful. This is what the Ravens will have to do to Philip Rivers. Get him out of that, force him with a 4- and 5-man rush, and then pound these big wide receivers that they have. It's going to be very big that Jimmy Smith comes and plays a great game for us in San Diego this week.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. All the corners are going to be tested. Danny Gore, who stepped in a little bit. If Chris Carr plays, there's a good chance he may be healthy. I know we're running out of time here with this segment. All those guys are going to have to be on their game. We'll preview more of the Ravens-San Diego Chargers big Sunday night game out in San Diego coming up on the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and 93.5 The Beach.
G&G Outfitters, Inc. is a premier full-service in-house provider of branded merchandise and marketing solutions. With over 20 years of proven experience, G&G continues to successfully produce branded merchandise for some of the world's leading corporations, associations, and teams. From start to finish, G&G Outfitters is your single-source, one-stop partner for promotional products, logoed apparel, and all of your branded needs. For more info on the services and capabilities of G&G, visit ggoutfitters.com or call 301-731-2282.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.
What's this all about?
We're giving Rich the NFL experience of a goal line dive.
Clearly.
There's an easier way to get an ultimate NFL fan experience. Just snap the tag wherever Bud Light is sold and you can win. Bud Light in the NFL. Here we go.
Did I make it?
Over the internet, yes. Into the end zone, no.
Are you embarrassed to invite people to your home to watch your favorite football team? Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. FlyLady.net is the support you need. Join us and our more than 600,000 members and learn how to crush the clutter and game plan your way through routines that'll help you organize your home and your life. Tackle clutter and get your home game day ready with FlyLady.net.
And welcome back in. It is the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens 93.5 The Beach. Mike Bradley. We've, of course, got former All-Pro Bruce Laird from the Baltimore Colts, Bobby Vermillion, John Gehrig. Guys, let's break it down. Final analysis here of San Diego. San Diego coming in. Chargers are 7th in passing in the league, 16th running the ball. Defensively, they're 7th against the pass, 23rd against the rush. And I'll get into their passing defense a little bit later because I've got some comments about that. But, we talked last segment about Philip Rivers at length. But, again, my thoughts with this, certainly Vincent Jackson, he's their deep threat. He's their main guy. But Antonio Gates is his security blanket. I talked about Ryan Matthews. I just think, and obviously playing 14 years in the league, usually you probably don't put a guy on a running back. You'll say, okay, I'll settle for the check down. I just don't think that's a case that the Ravens can make. I think they have to account for him in the passing game, despite the other guys that they have. Bottom line is, it's going to be a little, Bruce, when you take a look at it with all the weapons they have, it's going to be a little pick your poison, right? Someone may be allowed to have a day.
There's no question about it, and that's what all of us have to do from the San Diego side to the Ravens side. And when you got a Philip Rivers that can extend a little bit, but is not that mobile, I'm going to see the Ravens play a lot of double man. which means everybody's locked up underneath, and you'll have the two safeties, Pollard and Ed Reed, over the top. That allows our strong, heavy set corners to pound in there and take some shots at that. And that's when you got to take Gates away. And now that's only predicated, guys. So you're playing double man. It's only predicated on stopping and run. Because if you got double man and you run the football, it's hard to support the run when everybody's locked up behind the man.
And that's really the problem here for the Ravens. I mean, not just the Ravens, any football team. When you present a balanced approach on offense, you're just spelling trouble for the defense, and you can't, because you can't concentrate on either one. Ryan Matthews now, I talked about Ray Rice back-to-back 100-yard games. Ryan Matthews is coming off back-to-back 100-yard games. No coincidence that it's because everyone's healthy around them. So now, of
course, their opponents haven't been that good. Jacksonville, Buffalo. I mean, consider who they played defensively too.
And
Cleveland and the Colts. So I mean, is it a wash?
Well, one thing about San Diego, their offensive line is very suspect. Think about Jared Gaither playing left tackle right now.
And Tony Mole.
And so I think
did we ever think that Jared Gaither was a bad player?
Well,
the question is tough.
Well, he didn't do anything in Kansas City.
No, he got cut after he had a false start. They cut him, and then he was starting at San Diego next week.
Should we cut Michael Orr about 10 times this season?
Well, you can't. No, come on.
Let's not. We don't have time to get into that, but
Well, John, again, that's an interesting point because, again, Kansas City lost patience with him. He false started 2 or 3 times. They sent him there. He may find a home. But if I'm Chuck Pagano and the defensive coaching staff, I'm looking at going after Gaither. Now, guess what? It's mano a mano. So tune in, wait and find out what happens.
I agree, and I think it's a great point, Bruce. You said it earlier. If we can rush, 4 or 5, get to Rivers, put pressure on him. He's shown this year that he will throw some picks and some bad passes. I think that's going to be a big factor. And a guy that's been flying under the radar for the last couple of the weeks for the Ravens, he's one of our stars, Ed Reed. I think Ed Reed could have a big game this week.
He could. I think it's paramount, though. I think some of our corners are going to have to play as much as you can some lockdown coverage. I know it's a passing league, and certainly the rules are in favor of the offense, but I think some of our guys are really Webb and Williams who have had good years. They're going to have to step up. I agree. And Jimmy Smith, too. They're going to have to really play lockdown, on Sunday.
It's going to be on their shoulders, Bruce, because I think you have to take out the run and you have to take out Gates.
But I think we can with 4. I think we can.
You take out the running Gates, and then it's going to be on these guys.
Because that's exactly what happens, and Chuck is going to be putting this in. By the time they get in there back to work, they're going to say to these corners, listen, it's going to be on you a little bit. We got to stop this running game. These guys are big, strong receivers. We're going to leave you a little bit more on your own than we're used to. You guys got to come up big. And that's just the way it is.
Just to let you know, the Chargers average 10 more passes a game than run. Conversely, teams are pretty much balanced, 28 passes to 30 runs. Talk about our offense against their defense. Guys, I've watched the San Diego defense. I don't care whether they're 7th against the pass. They're not good against the run. I'm telling you right now, we can score points against this defense. I'm not impressed at all. I think they're horrible. I think they're terrible. I think their corners are terrible. I think we should have our way, and maybe time of possession could help keep their offense off the field.
Well, we're going to have to show that we can actually score points. And sometimes that's been suspect. I mean, we just don't. You see the Jets coming out and scoring points. You see the Chargers coming out and scoring points. And I don't care if the Colts laid an egg and we didn't care and we just won the game. Sometimes you need to go out, put your foot on the throat and squash it and crush it. And sometimes it'd be nice just to put the spear in right through their heart. And until we do that, we did that against the Steelers the first week. I really haven't seen it the rest of the season. So can we outscore them? Absolutely. I think we lose 24.
We need your prediction here. 45 seconds.
24-23 loser.
You're picking the Chargers 24-23. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
I'm going 28-24 Ravens. I think we have to outscore them. I agree with you. I think our offense is going to produce this week, and we're going to outscore the Chargers.
I'm telling you, I think it's real close. I think it's 21-20 Ravens.
All right. I would not be shocked if we lose this game, but we need it more. I'd like high-scoring game. I think we can score some points, but defense will give up some. I like us 28-25 in that one. That's going to do it for us. It is the Ravens Wrap Show. Go Ravens. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much. We'll be here at Comcast Beach TV and Del Mar's Rock Radio, 93.5 The Beach.
Ravens Wrap is brought to you by Bud Light, FlyLady.net, Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Ravens247.com, the original Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.